What if your dog suddenly starts eating grass? And the reason isn't sickness at all. That strange behavior you see on your daily walk could be connected to instinct, digestion, boredom, or even something your dog's body is trying to tell you. Welcome to Decoding Dogs. Before we uncover the real reasons dogs eat grass, subscribe to the channel for more fascinating dog behavior, health, and science-based facts that every dog owner should know. Now let's decode what your dog may actually be trying to tell you. You're outside enjoying a normal afternoon walk when suddenly your dog stops, lowers their head, and starts aggressively pulling mouthfuls of grass from the ground. You probably reach for the leash and immediately try to stop them. After all, we've all heard the same story. Dogs eat grass because they're sick, and they're trying to make themselves throw up. But the truth is much more complicated. Some dogs do eat grass when they have an upset stomach, but that is only one possible explanation. In many cases, grass eating is completely normal behavior. Your dog may simply enjoy the taste and texture, be looking for extra fiber, or be following an instinct that has been passed down through generations. Dogs are incredibly adaptable animals. Their ancestors survived by eating whatever food was available, and that included far more than just muscle meat. Wild canids are opportunistic feeders, meaning they can consume a wide variety of foods depending on what's available. When wild canids consume prey, they may eat different parts of the animal, including organs and partially digested plant material. This doesn't mean that modern dogs need to eat grass to recreate a wild diet, but it does help explain why dogs are naturally interested in plants and other non-meat foods. Your dog may sleep on a comfortable couch, eat from a stainless steel bowl, and have a favorite squeaky toy, but their brain still carries instincts that developed long before humans began feeding them commercial food. And one of those instincts may be the urge to investigate and chew on plants. But here's where things get interesting. Sometimes grass eating can be connected to your dog's diet. A dog that eats a complete and balanced diet usually doesn't need to search for grass because of a nutritional deficiency. However, some dogs simply enjoy the extra texture and fiber that plants provide. If your dog frequently eats grass, it doesn't automatically mean their food is missing something. But it can be worth looking at their overall diet, especially if the behavior is new or has suddenly increased. Are they eating a nutritionally complete food? Are they getting enough fiber? Are they drinking normally? Has anything recently changed in their diet? These questions can help you understand the behavior without immediately assuming something is wrong. There's also another explanation that many owners completely overlook: boredom. Imagine your dog spending hours in the backyard with nothing to do. No toys, no games, no interesting smells, and no mental stimulation. Eventually, they may start looking for something to occupy themselves. Grass is everywhere. It's easy to reach, interesting to smell, and satisfying to chew. For some dogs, grazing can become a repetitive activity that helps them relax or simply gives them something to do. Similar repetitive behaviors can appear when dogs are bored, stressed, or anxious. That doesn't mean every grass-eating dog is anxious. It simply means that behavior doesn't happen in a vacuum. Your dog's environment, routine, exercise, and emotional state can all influence what they do. This is why you should learn to observe your dog instead of immediately pulling them away every time they touch a blade of grass. Pay attention to how they behave before, during, and after eating it. If your dog casually stops during a walk, chooses a few blades, chews them, and then continues walking normally, there may be nothing unusual happening. But if your dog suddenly becomes obsessed with grass, starts eating huge amounts, or combines the behavior with vomiting, diarrhea, loss of appetite, lethargy, or obvious discomfort, that's a different story. The important thing isn't just the grass. It's the entire picture. One of the biggest myths about grass eating is that every dog who eats grass must be sick. Research and veterinary experience suggest that many healthy dogs eat grass without becoming ill afterward. In fact, vomiting after eating grass isn't guaranteed, and most grass-eating episodes don't necessarily end with vomiting. So don't assume that your dog is trying to make themselves throw up every time they take a bite. However, there are situations where a dog may eat grass because they feel nauseous or uncomfortable. If your dog is repeatedly swallowing large amounts of grass and then vomiting, you should pay attention. But here's an important point. Vomiting isn't necessarily caused by the grass itself. Your dog may already have an upset stomach, and the grass eating may simply happen alongside that discomfort. If your dog repeatedly vomits, seems painful, refuses food, or acts unusually tired, the correct response isn't to give them unlimited access to grass. The correct response is to find out why they're sick. And this brings us to one of the biggest dangers associated with grass eating. The grass itself may not be the problem. What's on the grass could be. Grass growing in your own yard may have been treated with herbicides, pesticides, fertilizers, or other chemicals. Some of these substances can be dangerous if your dog consumes enough of them. That's why you should know exactly what products are being used where your dog regularly grazes. Public parks can be even more complicated. You may not know whether the grass has recently been treated with chemicals, and you also can't always know what other animals have left behind. Dogs can encounter parasites and infectious organisms through contaminated environments. While simply walking across grass isn't automatically dangerous, allowing your dog to eat unknown grass from heavily trafficked areas isn't always the best idea. The safest option is to control where your dog grazes. If you have a yard, make sure you know what lawn products are being used. Avoid letting your dog eat grass that has recently been treated with chemicals, and follow product safety instructions carefully. You can also grow pet-safe grass at home if your dog enjoys grazing. This gives them access to a controlled environment where you know exactly what they're consuming. But there's another reason you should pay attention to sudden changes in grass eating. Sometimes changes in behavior are more important than the behavior itself. If your dog has always nibbled grass occasionally and suddenly starts doing it constantly, that's worth noticing. A sudden increase could be connected to changes in their diet, digestive discomfort, stress, boredom, or another underlying issue. Look at the timing. Did you recently change their food? Did they eat something unusual? Have they been exposed to a new environment? Are they getting less exercise? Have there been changes at home? Are they showing any other symptoms? Your dog's behavior is a form of communication. You just have to learn how to read it. And if your dog eats grass because they're bored, simply stopping them may not solve the real problem. Instead, look at their daily routine. Are they getting enough physical exercise? Are they allowed to sniff during walks? Do they have interactive toys? Do they receive opportunities for training and problem solving? Mental stimulation can be just as important as physical exercise for many dogs. A dog that spends 20 minutes sniffing and exploring during a walk may receive far more mental enrichment than a dog that spends the same amount of time being rushed down the sidewalk. Sometimes your dog isn't looking for grass. They're looking for something interesting to do. There is also a fascinating possibility that some dogs simply like the taste. Dogs explore the world with their mouths. They chew sticks, sniff leaves, investigate dirt, and occasionally taste things that make absolutely no sense to us. Grass has a texture, smell, and taste that some dogs clearly enjoy. If your dog is otherwise healthy, eating a normal diet, and only occasionally nibbles on untreated grass without showing any signs of illness, this may simply be one of their harmless quirks. Of course, harmless doesn't mean unlimited. You still need to be careful about pesticides, toxic plants, contaminated areas, and anything else your dog might accidentally consume. And remember, grass isn't a substitute for a balanced diet. If you suspect your dog's food isn't meeting their nutritional needs, don't start adding random supplements or changing their entire diet based on a social media video. Talk to your veterinarian. A veterinarian can help determine whether your dog's current diet is complete and appropriate for their age, size, activity level, and health needs. You should also be cautious about assuming that grass eating means your dog has a vitamin or mineral deficiency. There isn't enough evidence to conclude that every grass-eating dog is trying to correct a nutritional deficiency. Sometimes the simplest explanation is the right one. Your dog just likes grass. But sometimes, the behavior is telling you something else. That's why observation is so important. Watch your dog's body language. Pay attention to their appetite, energy, stool, vomiting, water intake, and overall behavior. If grass eating happens occasionally, and your dog is otherwise completely normal, it may not be something you need to panic about. But if the behavior becomes obsessive, happens alongside repeated vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain, weakness, loss of appetite, or other unusual symptoms, it's time to speak with a veterinarian. And if you ever suspect your dog has eaten grass treated with a potentially harmful chemical, contact your veterinarian or a pet poison service for advice, rather than waiting for symptoms to appear. The next time your dog suddenly drops their head and starts grazing, don't automatically assume they're sick. Take a moment. Look at the situation. Are they calmly nibbling a few blades during a normal walk? Are they bored in the backyard? Are they showing signs of digestive discomfort? Or has their behavior suddenly changed? The answer could tell you much more than the grass itself. Dogs have been adapting to their environments for thousands of years. Even today, their behavior is a fascinating combination of instinct, biology, environment, and individual personality. So the next time your dog eats grass, remember this. They may not be trying to make themselves sick at all. They could simply be following an ancient instinct, satisfying their curiosity, looking for extra fiber, or just enjoying a snack that happens to be growing under their paws. If you enjoyed decoding your dog's strange behaviors, subscribe to Decoding Dogs and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. And if your dog has a strange habit that you've never been able to understand, let us know in the comments. Your dog's weirdest behavior might be the perfect topic for our next investigation. Because when you learn to understand what your dog is really trying to communicate, you don't just become a better owner. You become a better friend to the animal who trusts you the most.